So on my lovely table is my cat Portia and my awesome new mini craft and go. I have to tell you, I was super excited when I got this at Fabiac. It was one of the things I really wanted to buy, and you can see as I'm turning it around, it has the handle and also has the wheels, which make it perfect. You can carry it like a piece of luggage, but it does not have the pop-out legs to stand up because it is meant to be a table unit. So as I put it down on the table to give you an idea of how big it is, it pretty much takes up the center part of my table, so not too big. It's got keys so that you can lock it. And oh, by the way, when I open this up, I have got so much stuff that I actually bought at Fabiac. So this is like a mini craft and go with treasures right now. I'm going to go ahead and take out a lot of the packing, and I'm going to kind of show you what I threw inside when I actually shipped it back home. It is a wealth of different treasures from what I did when I was at Fabiac. So there's paints and glitters, things I bought for other people. Yeah, a lot of stuff in here right now. So everything in here from craze to fusion to vivid to just other things. I mean, this is packed full of stuff. Even my book from Elodie from the Magical Unicorn Masterclass, which was awesome. And again, I'm just showing you, it can hold a lot of stuff in here, seriously. So as I'm kind of just moving things around so you can see how much I actually packed in this. There's Geo stencils, and then there's Elodie's new glitter palette. As you can see, there's just a lot of stuff in here. Now it's time to actually break it apart and start putting it together. So I've emptied it out, and I actually bought this really fun backing. You see how much stuff I actually had in there? There's a lot, right? So there was this awesome glittery back paper for this mini craft and go, and you know, I like anything that shines and sparkles. So I had to buy it. And you can see that it doesn't actually go all the way across. And I was kind of freaking out, at the first moment thinking, okay, how is this going to work? But just like anything, I did figure it out. You have to cut it a particular way in order for it to work. So I'm going to spare you the horror of what I've done. But there is like a very small seam because you have to make it match. But it worked out perfectly. And I'm going to show you a trick with my little broken Q-tip here. When I cut it with a utility knife, I wanted to make sure it was smooth at the top, so I ran that across to smooth everything out. So I'm going to show you, once I did that, you see how smooth and pretty it looks? I mean, everything just matches up really nice, and it's nice and clean looking. So they had these additional metal strips that I went ahead and put the paper on, making them equally glitter-like. And I'm going to put these up at the top just so that if I put some magnets on some things, if I wanted to hold it, get it out of my way, I can do it right here up at the top because this Velcro works out really nice. I can put two of them side to side. So we all want our mini craft and go to have a light. So they actually have these really cool little LED lights. And I went ahead, it's just a pill and stick, so it's really easy. It's just a pill and stick. You put it up here. You are going to have to cut it at a certain place just because, number one, it's going to be too long. But it has a way that you can change the lights and the intensity of the light, so you can do a lot of different things. You can see I've just changed it to blue from a purple. It even goes to a green. There's just all these little choices that you can have to customize it for yourself. Okay, so this has 3 AA batteries, and it's in this little plastic case here. It has an on-off switch, and I'm probably going to go ahead and just Velcro it to the side for easy access. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. So here's my first thought of how this might look like if I put it out on a tabletop. I'm not saying this is the final way that I'm going to do it, but I've got my little brush holder, maybe where I keep the brushes to dry if I've used them. Some of my actual paints up here on the top, I've magnetized it. This is a lid, and there's things up underneath it. I've got my card tray. I've got some, glitters over here to the side. And I've got my little rinse wells there, but there's, even my drink holder. I bought that too. So yeah, this is kind of like my vision of the first rendition of what this might look like. I don't know that this is the way that I'll keep it. Probably not. Probably change it up again. But I'm just trying to put my creative mind behind this. How is this actually going to look? So you can see when I move this apart, turn off the lights, you have a lot of room up underneath to store things. So I've got, for an example, my powders from Alyssa Griffith. And then see, that's where I velcroed actually my battery pack. So you've got room up underneath, you've got your piece right up here at the top. You can see I've got all my solids kind of like in that smaller palette, so that makes it nice. So yeah, and even again my drink holder. So I like that. I think that works out really well. I don't know that you would use that at someone's house, the drink holder, but anyway, so now I've put this basically on my kitchen counter, and I'm just kind of showing you, could this be yet another way that I put it together? So I've got my solids, my stencils up here, maybe putting my glitters down into the bottom part of this, and then again my powders. You know, is this the way I want it? I don't know. I'm still really trying to think it out. I've got my larger craft and go here, and oh, by the way, that's not how my brushes will look. So where I have this pink brush holder, it's my travel one, my brushes are going to go there. It's got to be in a different casing, because right now all my brushes are on my counter, because I had to tear apart the thing that it was in, because I put that beautiful like glitter background on this, my larger craft and go. So I've got my mini, I've got my large. You can kind of see how the setups look. I think it looks really clean, really nice. I love the lights, so I'm probably going to add the lights to this one. So as I'm showing you both of them again, I've got the mini, I've got my larger. My brushes are going to be actually encased in a little plastic piece with the foam. Right now, again, I've just got this here to kind of show you where the brush is going to go, but I had to take all of that out in order to put that wallpaper back there. But I love the look. I think either one of these look great. It's really super professional looking. I don't know if this is the final look, but again, I like it. So I do have this little plastic cover that I put on my paints when I store, just FYI. And I actually showed that in an older video, which I'll put the link up for. So again, as I'm panning back and forth between the two setups, in my head I'm really trying to figure out, is this the way I want it? Is this going to be functional for me when I go out and actually paint? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. In any case, this is what I've done to put the kits together first go around, so stay tuned for another video to see how it actually is on the job.